So let's get the show on the road. Get my earbuds ready for the morning and started. Turn the sound down a bit. It is a Friday morning, I'm sorry. Friday morning of the month of June 2021. We have some news about a new coronavirus coming out. Fresh from the factory floor. I'm not trying to make fun of the virus. I'm just pointing out that there's a new one coming into existence right now. Then it's going to be more effective and more deadly. Yeah. Like, if they can't start creating more ways to kill people. Oh, is that self-harm? Oh, wow. I don't mean to call it self-harm, but China has been creating all kinds of new self-harm with a virus that mutates like it has been. It's been making my life miserable ever since. Because originally I said December 21st, 2020, and that I wanted to put 2020 to bed. And guess what? While 2020 may be in the grave, 2021 is proving to be a bigger pain in the neck than 2020 has ever been. So, just absolutely frustrating for everybody. It's the kind of thing like that makes me seriously wonder if humanity is too screwed up to realize that you don't fool with Mother Nature and expect to live. Okay? Just really, really bothers me to think that we have allowed this to happen over and over and over again. I don't understand the logic behind what's going on, but that's what it is. How you doing, Monica? And so, for those of you who did not know, last night I reviewed the original coronation of my title, which happened on December 21st at 0000 hours Universal Coordinated Time. It was probably one of the most interesting things to keep going back to. It had 900 views on the coronation. We compare it with where we are today in the convocation of 2020, and you'll see that the amount of work performance had changed a lot over the period of years. Now, I don't have a lot of new details on what's going on with the YouTube side of things. I've heard a rumor, which my mods are trying to find out the root of the rumor, about saying that thou shalt not mention PayPal if monetized. Now, first of all, I never saw anywhere in the new terms of service update about that. Anywhere. That you cannot mention PayPal, a CashApp, or other forms of funding sources. I did see, of course, about facial recognition, or any ways to easily identify people that do not want to be identified. Okay, so at this point, as my mods are trying to find out the validity of that claim, we're not changing anything until we get the actual facts. Right. At this point, there is no facts. I don't remember even reading about that. However, there is no doubt in my mind that YouTube would love you to use their sponsorship tiers for memberships, which would be great if they allowed us content creators, one, the ability to offer the products that we really feel the audience would like. Okay, you want to sell monogram T-shirts, you want to sell radios, snow shovels, flashlights, whatever. Elfears, she'd be able to do that. I need to get my hair. I need to make a hair appointment sometime. Get my hair trimmed up because this is getting really unruly. But also you'll notice that the picture is kind of dark, so my hair looks almost like it's black. It's not really black. It's just dark brown. It looks black. It's not. Okay. I think someone is trying to entice someone else to false strike their way out of a channel, but I'm waiting for more response. I think someone is trying to entice someone else to false strike. What does that mean? What does that mean, Monica? I mean, I'm a little confused by that. I mean, the way that's grammatically written is a little confusing. All right, anyway, the panel is open, Monica, if you want to join us. I know I didn't even get a chance to get my tea this morning. I just kind of rushed up here to set up. I didn't even get breakfast because I slept a little late today. They're worried about people selling the dirty. Oh, what the hell? I'll show that one anyway. Yeah. How you doing, Monica?
Good. How are you?
I think you saw the comment that I approved, which you probably, I guess, it kind of makes you laugh a little bit.
What?
It says they're worried about people selling their dirty feminine products.
Oh.
First of all, that's the merchandising side. That's not the PayPal side. False striking by one channel can lead to their own removal. Yes, that's absolutely true. Yep,
yeah,
they can.
That ended up being exactly what happened to Rich Life. He ended up losing his real monetized channel that had over 4,000 videos on it because he was false striking people. YouTube will let a couple go because it can be innocent mistakes, but he was striking people for stuff he shouldn't have been striking them for. And they finally got rid of him. They're cleaning up.
Right. Well, are they alleging that I'm false striking channels when I'm not?
Oh, not you at all. It's nothing to do with you at all, Michelle. No, I just heard it. Somebody said that this is the new thing, that you're not allowed to mention PayPal if you have the $sign, or at CashApp if you have the $sign. I heard that, and so I wanted to warn you. So did Rachella, because she heard it from the same sources I did. But I'm not finding any confirmation. There's no proof anywhere.
What does YouTube feedback say?
I have not heard back from YouTube feedback. I didn't reach out to them because I don't have a channel, Michelle.
Okay.
You have a channel.
And I mean, I have a channel, and I certainly never got a message from them going...
No, and I looked at the email for the new terms of service, and, because it's online, you can see it, and It's not in there. So I think somebody's trying to talk somebody else into doing false strikes. That's all I think it is. I think it's a rumor.
So you think somebody's trying to find a way... Okay, I get it.
So there's this creator right now who's causing a lot of controversy, bringing up people's dead children and stuff. His name is Mark Terry. And I think people are trying to talk him into issuing some false strikes.
Okay. So issuing false strikes against who, though?
Against anybody, so that it ends up bouncing back on him, so he loses his channel.
Oh, okay.
See what I mean?
So he's supposed to be sending out false claims, and YouTube is caught up on that and said, These people
Well, that's what happened to Rick's wife. Yes, they want the same thing to happen to him because he's being really nasty and
that's
repulsive.
almost like revenge porn in some ways.
Yeah, kinda. Well, that's why they don't.
Same general idea, right?
That's why they do end up taking channels with people that do weaponize the striking system.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the question is because of the situation that we're working with right now with FairTube, is YouTube going to finally crack down on some of these weaponizing of their striking system?
Yeah, it looks like the bots are gone and people are doing the actual reviewing now. So
yeah,
hopefully you'll see less and less of what happened to you. I think what happened to you was purely bot.
Yeah. Well, I hope that,
but I don't know.
Because I mean, we lost. I mean, I do agree that some of the content that we dug up in the archives was definitely not in good taste.
Yes,
but
yep, it wasn't.
The problem was MicheleMarieDalene the one who was encouraging it, or was it just the people that were coming into the show encouraging it?
Right. It was not ever you. Sometimes you laughed at it, but
yeah, I mean, but the thing is like I said, is like, you know, the phone calls came in with some of the comments, some of the you know, things that were being said on my channel didn't mean that I endorsed it.
No, ma'am.
But the sad truth is, with the soundboards and the way that the soundboards were being created, made me sound like, when I was off camera, like looking at the chat over here, like I was saying it, even though I wasn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is why the soundboards are going to be not allowed anymore when you make your, at least if you ever do, open panels again.
I don't want the soundboards back. I mean, they could be good for sound effects. I mean, like, if you want to have like someone laughing or a flushing toilet or something like that, I guess for sound effects.
Yeah, or like the rim shot after a joke, or yeah, some of them are well timed and very funny.
Right.
They really
and
are.
Properly used, that's what soundboards were for back in the day. You know, they weren't meant for taking pieces of a person's voice and turning them into something, saying something they never said.
Right. Yep.
How you doing?
Hello, Andrew.
Bigger boy, how's it going? How's it going, Andrew? Andrew, the Google Meets keys, the same one as yesterday. If you want to join us on the panel.
Yeah, I put a fresh one
I think I see him right there. Okay, let's get him in here. Good morning.
Jill, how you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks.
Good morning, Andrew.
Just a bit hot today. Good morning.
Yeah.
Just a bit hot today, so it's meant to get even hotter, like at the weekend. So
yeah, it sounds like you're getting. It sounds like you're getting what we had here on the East Coast. About a few days ago. Sounds like the heat's coming from America to Scotland, so you're going to be getting some of the heat that we had.
Yeah, a lot of times what happens, obviously with the jet stream and stuff like that, is if you guys get like a bad snowstorm, chances are we'll get it a week later or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same with the
heat wave. Makes sense because the Coriolis affected the Earth. I need to wash my hair. First of all,
so do I.
The reason I say that is because you can see that my hair looks like it's a really dark color, and it looks kind of slicked back. Like, so maybe after I get home, I might just go ahead and wash my hair because, well, let's see, tomorrow's Saturday. Usually Saturday I do. Well, normally I would take a shower or bath in the morning on Saturdays, but now with the changes to the shows and everything, I'm gonna have to do that on Sunday. But since I'm not doing anything this afternoon anyway, I'll just wash my hair in the in the tub with the hand sprayer and just wash my hair and then just fix it up for the day because it's
Yeah.
Because every time I have to wash my hair, these ears come off, especially if I'm taking a bath. If I take my bath, my ears come off because the glue kind of lets up. So then I have to re-glue them again, and then they get glue in my
All
hair.
right.
And then creating the same problem. But if I wash my hair in the tub, like a washing basin, it does fine. I just, just try not to soak the ears. That's all.
Yeah, Michelle, what do you think about the idea of having like a topic of the day type of thing? Do you like the
We
idea?
did it on Monday, Tuesday,
Mhm.
and part of Wednesday. We had a topic of the day.
Right. Okay. No,
I guess
just
we can still have
thinking
a
maybe.
topic of the day because we still kind of started out with one, which is misinformation, and false channel strikes.
Yeah, that's very
I guess it
pertinent
counts
right
as
now,
a
isn't it?
topic.
Mhm.
Maybe it's a little more specific to YouTube and maybe Twitch, but still, I mentioned Twitch because Twitch you can do the same thing to people too. But Twitch, if you get stricken, my God, you are basically treated like you have leprosy.
Okay.
You can't be interviewed by other channels. You cannot be mentioned. You are totally shunned in Twitch. If you are ever stricken on Twitch, you are person non-existence. Non-existent.
Yeah. Persona non grata, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Person non
I think.
grata, which means person
I
not
th-
welcome. Yeah.
but I think when you were worried last week about the subscribers being lost and stuff like that, and eventually things did come good. They all came. They're all restored, if that makes sense. Um,
Yeah.
I think sometimes it's best not to worry too much about things like that. I know it's easier said than done, but it's proof in a way that your channel isn't a troublemaking channel, if that makes sense. So that's almost like a plus in your book.
Yeah.
I don't know if you looked at it that way as well.
Yeah. I think that the one thing is that hasn't changed any is the troublemakers that keep doing the unsubs things.
Right.
Right now we're down to 1068, which I guess isn't bad, but I mean
It's not. It's not bad.
no. I mean, but the thing is that we were up to 1078 for one point, so 10 people left because when they found out that we weren't going to have the phone calls and the panels and the regular thing in the morning shows.
Yeah. That's exactly why.
That just shows me the lack of loyalty for something that they supposedly say that they enjoy having around, being part of, that shows a lack of loyalty. That is because we say we're not having phone calls in the morning shows.
Are you still intending to do a
Saturday show?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So I don't know everything in Bigger Boy's chunk here for these emojis. Does anybody know how to decode emoji? I don't understand the last symbol here from emoji.
Let me have a look.
From Bigger Boys.
I don't know, just water. I don't recognize the other two.
Well, I mean, I see the love of burger when I understand that one, but the other one below it, I don't get.
All right, okay.
I mean, what am I looking at? A pom-pom, a pink cake, and water.
Monica, you not on here, or? I thought Monica was on as well, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Soap, sponge, and water.
Sponge, and water. Okay. Oh, we mean for bath. Okay.
It's like rinse and repeat, basically.
All right, makes sense here because I was going to take a bath. I was going to wash my hair later. Yeah. But I mean, like, so the point is that YouTube isn't quite as extreme about the striking of it. If your channel is stricken, that you can never be on any other channel, or that channel will be stricken. Okay. If they hear your voice, they'll strike another channel. If they hear you.
Do you think, overall, have you had a good experience with this in terms of dealing with YouTube? Do you think it's been a good experience or a bad experience or somewhere in the middle?
I think prior to Fear 2 getting involved, I'm going to say it was just like dealing with any corporate entity.
Mm-hmm.
You're just turning you into hamburger meat. That's how, because the system is just so big. It just grinds you up
Yeah,
and
of
spits
course.
out the bloody pieces. It doesn't really, because that's the nature of corporate America, corporations in general. Is you're just a number to them.
And you're also revenue to them as well, so they need to sort of remember that too.
Yeah.
Technically, revenue to them, you know.
Yeah, I'm revenue to them, but like I said, now that they're running ads against every channels, even those that are not part of the YPP, but then Twitch does too, right? Sounds like they're trying
Twitch
to be more
definitely
like
does.
Twitch to cover their butt. Except I don't think Twitch has a YouTube Twitch Red program or Twitch Blue program, whatever color they are. I don't think I've ever seen someone promote Twitch Blue. Hey, sign up with Twitch Blue and you don't have to watch advertisements from sponsoring cards coming up for your favorite gaming channels.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about Twitch. When you mention gaming channels, Twitch is it's more to do, I would say, with gaming as well, anyway, than YouTube is, When I first started YouTube myself, it was just about gaming. And then eventually I thought, it's not quite working out the way I like it. So I just thought, I'm going to just make some daft videos at 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm working and stuff like that. And I had more fun doing that than I actually did the gaming, so.
Yeah. So what happened to your live streams? I mean, you were doing them at work. I remember that
I was, but I don't know. I go through phases, Michelle. I go through phases of like I prefer to watch other people doing stuff, and then suddenly something will come to me and say, "All right, I'm gonna want to do this," and once I get into that stage, I'll do it for weeks and weeks on end, and then I'll just stop that phase and I'll go back to the other phase. If that makes sense, it's just the way I've always been.
Sounds a little bit like me. You started an idea, you come up with it, and say, I remember the first time I saw a live stream on YouTube, and I was like, this is back, oh my God, a couple of years ago when internet live streaming was just a dream for me. I mean, 2013. And I was watching these live streams, and I was like, I'd like to try that. But I said, my internet is not good enough to do it. And finally, the technology became good enough that I could.
You could do it, yeah.
And so I did it. I tried it. First session of it. If you go back to Coffee with Lumi and Michelle, the very first one, you will notice that was pretty much, for me, that was as stated as it could get. With the phone calls and stuff. It was just basically me sitting in my living room with my PAL camera set up on a stand, trying to feed it into my old iMac to try to live stream a show with a microphone on the table and trying to point it to the phone so you could hear the phone calls when they would come in.
Right.
That was as high tech as I could get.
Yeah, but I still think you did a really good job in terms of, because I was very unbrave when I first started doing it. I didn't show my face. I just had my voice on the go, and that was it. And then people kept saying to me, "Go, use a camera, use a camera, use a camera." I was like, "Nope, I'll do it when I'm ready. I'll do it when I'm ready." And then I just thought, "Oh, the heck with it," So, but once you do that and you get over that barrier, it becomes easier. But the phone call thing, that's a great idea. It's just unfortunately there was issues, with you're always going to get trolls.
I mean,
either phoning or texting or messaging.
Right. The problem with the phone calls is the fact is that number one, I also have hearing loss, which makes it even harder. And some people are saying, "Is she faking this?" No, I'm not faking this. Trust me.
No, it's obviously you're not. It's quite clear
I would like to
not
do the
doing that.
opposite and fake it, make it sound like I could hear you perfectly fine, but unfortunately, that's not the way it works.
Yeah.
And just, it's just not the way it works. No, I wasn't faking it. I was actually trying really hard to hear people on the phone First of all, the speakerphone in my our phone system is not exactly known for audio fidelity, and so you're hearing people on. Sometimes some people came out flying, and sometimes some people sounded like they were talking at the bottom of a barrel somewhere.
Yeah, I know, or underwater. So yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So for me, it was a struggle just from the very first live show with the phones. It's just that. I mean, it
No
was
problem.
well. I mean, it was an afternoon show. I remember that, and it was like, oh, okay, we'll see how this is gonna go. I don't know. I just had a hard time getting everything coordinated, and the computer to now, where we have dedicated hardware for that purpose. You know, like the phone interface that we use for receiving phone calls. I mean, that thing originally was used for office meetings or for boardroom meetings was a pretty expensive box. It was designed for corporations. It's called the Declare One XAP TH2.
Okay.
The TH2 is an analog telephone interface to audio video gear, and
Right. Okay.
is
Yeah.
designed for corporations or for radio stations. In fact, they even have the brackets on it to mount it into a rack. Just to give you an idea
Ah,
how.
okay. Okay.
So
Yeah.
somebody's can mount in a rack as well.
Yep.
I took them off because I don't need them. But the thing is that I it just proves my point. And then of course, when we have other technology too. Now that I just found out my cell phone, for example, that my iPhone has a built-in teletype operator or TTYD, TTY for the deaf, built into the iPhone
Right.
8
I didn't know that.
software.
And I've got iPhone as well. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So if you go to accessibility settings, there is software setting in it built in for hearing loss, and one of the things is for the radio teletype for the deaf, which means
Right.
that
Right.
instead of recording and plugging in an external TDD or TTY TDD, you just plug in. You don't even need to plug in anything. You just set the software on, and then it will decode the teletype tones and turn them into words
What's
for you.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, it's something that I never tried before. Well, I have a real TDD, so I plugged that into my phone, and then I set my iPhone to transmit to the TTY, and then I was basically typing in my phone, and then it would go through onto my teletype device for the deaf. So that was kind of cool, but it was kind of weird because it was like there was some slight issues with the way I had the TTY hooked up because it was going through an
Yeah,
acoustic coupler. But because I didn't feel like running a whole new cable into my switch just to just to test
I think
the thing.
I find it quite funny sometimes, Michelle. If I look back at some of my previous videos that I've spoke on, or it could be on yours, it could be on mine or anybody else's, and when you look at the subtitles, and I'm thinking, I didn't say that. It's like it pronounces, it produces the words completely wrong of how I've actually said them.
Oh
But when
yeah.
I hear, I don't know, it just must be the way it takes the dialects and stuff like that. But
If you
it's quite
read
funny sometimes.
the convocations subtitles, you will hear and see something completely different because of the early years of YouTube's captioning system.
Yeah, it's their own. Yeah.
I mean, it's improved a bit since. However, it wasn't always so complimentary. Some of the things that get translated into,
I know.
and the sad
That's
truth
funny.
is the bots are using that same system to determine what you're saying. And so I seriously wonder what the bots were thinking about when they were reading to the 2011 North American Snow Creek Convocation captions.
Right.
They probably couldn't make any heads or tails over it.
They might have got the occasional word right, maybe, but that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I found out. I was thinking, well, I was looking at this thing. I've done it many times, and sometimes it just makes me laugh, and I'm thinking, no, that wasn't said. It's like, how do you even get that word from what I've said? So I think it's an American thing. I think it's actually more geared towards American dialects and accents, because when I look at somebody like, say, Monica or somebody else, or
Right.
and the words come out fine.
I mean,
But
I
when
don't
I
know
look
what
at
my
others,
dialect
it's like,
is.
no.
I mean, it's definitely from New England, but I mean, it's like usually it does okay.
You're almost Canadian. You're almost Canadian with that accent. Not quite, but you know what I mean. You're northeast.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I guess I'm New England, but I'm also got a little bit of British in me too. I mean, the thing is that I think that the biggest thing is like for those people who are deaf, people don't realize how important captions are. I actually, for example, the reason why I can't use StreamYards is not only because I'm afraid of being porn bombed, which is certainly a valid concern, but it's because there's no closed captioning in it. I don't know why StreamYards cannot add closed captioning.
One thing I have noticed as well, I don't know if you've noticed this, they've if there's any swear words detected, what they'll do, it's like blanked out. So that's like a new thing they've started to do.
Well, Gianni, did you know that there's actually
Gianni,
several subdivisions of Connecticut accents, depending on if you're the Eastern Connecticut or Western Connecticut? Okay. Now, I spent almost all my life on the Western Connecticut side of the Connecticut River. However, I did live for a short time in Eastern Connecticut, and their accents are different. They have more of a more Bostonian type of accents. Now, if you watch the episode where I did the gender tag, you would know and you would hear it, you know.
Right.
But I've also got a lot of British influence in my accent too. So you got this really kind of a strange motley mix of vowels and consonants that come out of my mouth and certain words like garage, carriage, you know, labor.
The Boston accent is so distinctive, though. You couldn't mistake it for anything. Hey, Skunk Ape, how you doing? He never talks to me, so I just thought I'll try. Maybe you might say hello one day.
How you doing, Skunk Ape?
Sounds like RI. Where's RI?
Yeah, Rhode Island. Rhode Island.
All right. Okay.
It's the state, right?
Finally, Skunk. Yahoo! Sorry, Michelle.
I know.
It's a red letter day.
Just like Rhode Island is the state that's bordered by Massachusetts on two sides. This is kind of interesting. Like a bad neighbor, Massachusetts is there surrounding you.
Michelle, Lolly was wondering if there was a Google link meet, which there is. If it's up to you, obviously, it's your show.
I can put the public one up. Let me do that. Let me get a public one up here.
How you doing, Lolly? Anyway,
for Lolly. Since you never did send me a message here. Let's see. HTTP voice. Let's see. Meet.
I've never been to Massachusetts. Never been there.
Let's see. Which key can we use? All right. This is not the meet key, but I'm going to use it anyway if I can get it to work. We're going to use a key code that's FFE. Sorry, that doesn't work for code. All right, so try it. Going back to return screen. Okay.
I'll check.
All right, so let's create a new meeting then. All right, start instant meeting.
I thought Monica was on.
Yeah, I know. Your voice is going to sound like garbage for a bit. All right. Close it. All right, copy that. I copied it. Okay. So get started here. Let's see. Where's Love? Oh, here she is. Okay. Okay. Let me go
I'm
ahead.
here. I'm just driving,
Let me
guys.
just post this to
Hey,
her in the
Monica.
chat here. LOLL. Here is your Google Meet. Your Google Meet. It's totally new. It's totally generic. It's not even a standard meet. Like, I can.
I've still got the link. I can easily like copy and paste it or something. There you go. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, well, I mean, what happened was is that the private one that Monica's on is right now being used just for the mods. Okay.
Fair enough. Yeah.
The original public meet code, I didn't actually have a chance to click on it because I kind of
Right.
just was just trying to rush to get this thing started. I didn't think I was going to do public Google Meet. Now, what about the Lottie person? Is Lottie coming on too?
Yeah, I think Lily wants to come on. Lily Cunningham.
Yeah. Morning, Michelle. Is the Google install? Okay, now Lolly's coming on here. Let's get her on here real quick. Cursors. All right. Good morning.
Good morning, Michelle.
Let me turn your volume up a bit here. So,
How you doing? To see
There's
you?
Andrew Scott,
here
right?
even.
You already, right?
Almost.
Almost.
No, it's 3:35 just now. So
Yeah, just afternoon. Yeah.
yeah.
Lovely. And I enjoyed my time over in Europe, but sadly, I'm back in the United States now.
Right. So where were you when you were over?
Well,
here?
I was in London for 2 days, and I was in France for about a week, and then I was in Norway and Finland.
Oh, awesome.
2 months altogether. It was really only supposed to be 1 month, but it expanded, greater
Extended
length
a
than
little
I
bit. Yeah.
intended.
Right.
Yeah,
That's nice.
I had to be back home.
Norway's really lovely.
Yeah, I love Norway. We have family there in Norway, so I got to see family as well as get all of my business and things attended to, and have some vacation time as well. How have you been?
yeah.
How have you been doing, Michelle?
I'm doing
Michelle's
fine.
doing fantastic. I'll stop talking.
I'm just trying to
Michelle
keep
talk.
everybody on this. I'm just trying to keep everybody synchronized here.
Sorry, I'll
How
stop
you doing,
talking.
Paul?
I keep saying that. And I'm
Paul,
like,
we have for today. We do have for Paul anyway, and other people. Let's see here. Let's see if we get this up here. You try this. Google Meet link.
Hello, Paul.
This morning. Sometimes I'll do meets and they don't. It all depends on how I'm feeling. So
what's on everyone's agenda today? What are you all up to? Anything exciting going on this weekend even? Because it's now officially the weekend.
Well, for me, this morning, I'm besides going to soup kitchen. When I get home, I'm gonna wash my hair.
Okay.
And how you doing, Patty? That's definitely the first thing I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna wash my hair this morning, and then, and that's what I'm gonna do first. Let's see. Yeah.
How about yourself, Lolly? Any plans?
I'm just copying this link so I can just make it easy for me for next time. Okay, copy it.
Well, for me, Paul, I'm not Paul.
Hey, Charlotte.
Andrew. Hey.
Yep.
Hey, Charlotte.
I'm sorry.
Charlotte, you got the Google Meet for the moderators and the NASQ support group. So, but if you want to try using one that we're using for the public meet for Lolly, I've got it right here. It's not the, but I mean I'll put it up here anyway. This is I guess you can call this as kind of a public meet.
I don't think Paul's talking to me for some reason. No, I'm only joking. I'm sure he is, but it's just to see.
The semi-public meet. Okay.
But Andrew, what I'm doing
Yeah.
today, being it's Friday, I'm still trying to play out the rest of I do a lot of stock market trading, and I'm trying to finish out that today, being it's Friday, it's a little
Aye.
hectic. So I'm
Oh
trying to
yeah.
do
Well,
that.
today
And
will
so
be
it's,
the day.
10 o'clock.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I'll have to think about what I'm going to do for the weekend. I don't plan very far ahead.
Yeah, I
How about
suppose when you're doing
Speaking
something
of-
like that, I suppose you
Speaking
don't really.
of also some of the other people that I have never personally remember talking to on a meet as well about Patty. I'm talking about this Patty, not
Hey, Patty, how you
the
doing?
ex Patty, but this one. I don't think she's ever joined us on a panel. So anyway,
Oh.
I don't want to go into get a ton of people on a panel because it gets messy when you do. But basically, so when I get done after me and Ed are gonna go get some lunches at the soup kitchen. I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna just wash my hair, take a bath. Hopefully my ears won't fall off. I'll just have to be careful, make sure not to
I
get
hope not.
the glue wet because it's kind of a pain to clean up
That would be
after that.
terrible.
Yeah.
Does the soup kitchen run at a weekend, Michelle? I've always been
No,
curious
not
about
right
that.
now
No?
because it's
No?
as far as I know, they're not serving takeouts on the weekend. However, normally when they were doing Saturdays, they were doing it like the first 2 Saturdays of the month, and then they would,
Mm.
you know, do it that way, and you could get takeouts and things like that. If you needed other hygiene products like razors for men or soaps and deodorants, they would have those. Right now, the problem is that there are more silver donations from men right now, which is good for Ed. But
Yeah, I
I
suppose.
myself already have my own deodorants and stuff here, so I don't really need to get those.
Good morning, Charlotte and Monica.
So you said commercial, Charlotte.
No, I said good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Yeah, I see them in the chat because I don't see they're not on the same one I'm on over here, I guess.
Some people have me and Patty. Well, we don't have you confused with another Patty we all know. Sorry.
Yeah,
Here's
I'm
out the
wondering
wire.
which
How you
Patty
doing,
are you
buddy?
adding on?
That would be kind of interesting if that Patty D showed up in here and be like, "Oh
Yeah,
my
because there's
god!"
one of the Patties that hates my guts. I don't know which Patty this is. I'm hoping it's not this
I don't know. I don't know any Patty, so I'm just keeping out of it.
one.
Yeah. Do you donate to the Soup Kitchen? I have donated before, yes. And
What does the soup kitchen do? Do they serve meals to the local people, and then they offer the products and things like that as well?
the products and things like that. Well, it's both. They give out they give out meals and they give out free toiletries and things if you need them.
Well, that's nice. Very
Yeah.
good.
Especially in these times what we're going through, that's even it must be even more difficult. So
Yeah,
kudos to them.
it's like I said on my convocation for 2021. 2020. I was trying to put 2020 to bed, but even then, what I said then is still true today. I mean, I'm not going to replay it now, but if you go back to my 2020 convocation, there was a lot of things that I said that are still, I wanted things, to turn around, and it's just starting to turn around. People are starting to get their lives back to normal. And now there's a new strain of COVID-19 that's going to basically put everybody back in the backs again. I'm not really too happy with this because it's almost like whoever's creating these mutations, and I don't think it's totally natural. They almost like they want us to stay in the box. They don't want us to get back to life, to our normal lives.
Oh, hello, Out on the Wire. How are you today? We did get that issue sorted at Camillo Out on the Wire. You should be good to go the next time.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a name I've heard in a while. I forgot about him.
I was trying to
Yes, I
help him
did
out with the
both.
problem. Yeah.
There you go.
When was the last time you donated, and what did you donate? Who is that question for?
I donate my time at the soup kitchen, and I help out the staff when I could when the soup kitchen was open. 2020,
Hey, buddy.
before they closed, before St. Patrick's Day.
Oh,
I would
okay.
be the one that would help remind us, check the coffees and make sure that we had coffee and tea in hand, and make sure that if there was anybody who needed questions about, what services were available in the area, I was one of the people they would come to talk to, because I would be the one that would know about what programs are out there
Right.
in the immediate
Well, is it
area that would
near where
help
you
people.
is it
And
near
that's
where
what I
you live,
did.
Michelle?
Isn't it where I live? Yes, it's not too far. It's maybe about 10 minutes away on foot.
Oh, okay.
Not
So
too
it's
far,
pretty
but
close. Yeah, so let's see what's here.
in this heat, it's not exactly the greatest thing to do if you're.
People ask me where the
No.
cat is. I'll show you where the cat is. Mr. Kitty Cat. He's laying next to me right now. Okay, let me get his camera set up, because I didn't initialize it yet this morning. Okay, so let me get his camera set up here so we can see Kitty Cat. Okay.
Rusticam.
Yeah, I thought about recalling this camera Rusticam, but it's not really a Rusticam, it's just my webcam. There we go. Okay, well, try to point it more to the cat.
Oh, Rusty.
Yeah, that's
He
the
looks
cat.
good.
Also a Taurus.
He's the man at the moment.
And it's funny because Ed and I were talking about zodiac signs and pets, and he was like, "Yeah, he acts like a Taurus." He said to me, "He's always laid back and chilling." I said, "Yeah, well, of course he is. He's also a foodie. Rusty will eat if he really likes your food. He'll go right to it with a plum. He'll just eat." So unfortunately for me, with the soup kitchen closed during almost all of 2020, there was like a major part of my life that was like totally kicked out from underneath my feet.
Of course.
And I'm sure the same is true with a lot of other people during the lockdowns. They just their whole pattern was just totally thrown away.
Well, has it opened back up fully now, Michelle?
It's not open yet. It won't be fully open until November. At least that's their plan.
Oh, okay.
Until we found out what the new strain of coronavirus is coming up now. Nobody does it better. The virus is even more contagious and even worse than the existing strains.
Oh dear.
Shar was just mentioning that she takes cancer resets. Actually, that's probably the biggest thing to my heart in terms of like troubles and stuff like that. So because people forget, you've got the COVID stuff. Now I've worked through the whole COVID crisis, if you like, but people need to remember there are still other things affecting other people. Like cancer and diabetes, what's the other thing, like arthritis, things like that. Like even what you've suffered yourself, Michelle. So in terms of the hearing loss and the eyesight problem, there's it than just COVID out there. So
yeah, I mean the thing is that by the way, even though these ears are more cosmetic than anything, they do help with some sound, so they do help a little bit for hearing. The one problem though I had was with the loss of the soup kitchen for me was the social part of it. The loss of that place to go and meet up with other people.
Yeah.
Well, one thing, Andrew and Michelle and others in the side chat that might be interested, the project I chose for 2021 from my foundation, that I do work for needy families and people that need more food and things like that this year, was to provide food for children and families in need in the United States.
Right.
Where there are a lot of families in the U.S. have been cut back from their food stamps and their monies from the government due to whatever the reason is. And back in January, when they had that insurrection or whatever that was in Washington, D.C.
Oh,
Many
yeah.
of the National Guard people were stuck in Washington, D.C. And during that month, the first part of January, they had this terrible freeze in the state of Texas, which is one of the biggest states in the United States.
Okay.
And they don't normally have freezes of like 0 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit down in Texas, which is the
Wow,
southernmost
that's
point of
cold
the
for
United States
anywhere.
down to the Gulf
Yeah.
of Mexico. And it
Mhm.
really killed the whole power grid. And they had a lot of even the wind, I don't know what they're called, the wind things that create power. And the entire
The
state was
turbines,
frozen
yeah.
the F out. I mean, and National Guard were all over in freaking Washington, D.C. And there was no there was no National Guard to go and help the people down in the southern part of the state, even to
Okay.
bring them water or food or anything. And I
Yeah.
was sat wherever it was I was at the time. It didn't really matter where that was, but I was watching on television in a different part of the country. And they had people down in southern Texas, which is right near the Gulf of Mexico, which would normally be 20 or 30 degrees at the coldest of that
Pretty
time of the
warm
year.
even then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty,
Yeah.
and they would have power. And they had no power. They had nobody to bring water. They had nobody to bring them food. They had they could use the rest of their gas. They used the rest of their firewood. When their firewood ran out, they had no way to heat their homes for their families. They had one particular
Wow.
show that I saw, this lady and man, the gentleman and his wife, they had two small children, an 8-month-old baby, 1.5-year-old toddler. And the mother had the little babies in front of the fireplace, and she was taking books down off of her bookshelf. They had used all their firewood. She was trying to keep her
Right, so
two
they're
baby
burning the
children
books type of thing
burning the
as
books,
well.
and the husband
Wow.
was taking the
Okay.
bookshelf, Andrew, and sawing the bookshelves into pieces he could burn in the fireplace. And I just burst into
Bloody
tears when I
hell.
saw that. And so there's not much I can do. I'm way on the other side of the country from them. I certainly can't go there and do anything for them.
Yeah.
But all I could do, they had emergency food banks that were doing around and going and trundling around, the gentlemen with the big trucks and stuff, and they were trying to do the work of the National Guard. So I had to make a few phone calls and got some money funds that I have. I have a personal foundation that provides money that funds my own private foundation to do
That's pretty
charitable type
awesome.
work.
Well,
Yeah, so
well done, you
I
though.
sent some money to 3 different ones over there, $5,000 each in 3 different areas to get some stuff
Right.
toward the people. And that's all I could do. And I felt horrible. But I got the
Listen,
governor. I made some
one.
calls and said, get our National Guard back over there. We need them here. Instead of sitting
Yeah.
over there
Yeah.
not doing anything over in the government, which the bad thing had already happened there. These people need them in their state where they're bound to be,
Yeah.
So after that, I got the idea to continue on with food and water for the citizens all over the U.S. And that's what I've been doing for the rest of this year. I'm going to complete them in December, and then I'll choose maybe something different for 2022.
That's really good. That's excellent. That's actually,
Yeah, I'm
because
happy that I'm able to
I'd
do it.
heard about it, that
Yeah.
when Texas went to that sort of really freezing period, which was really unusual to even
Yeah, it's really
to
unusual,
hear
and I
that,
don't blame the governor, and I guess he's trying to be good to leave all the National Guard in the D.C. But when you have an emergency back in your state, you say, "Excuse me, Mr. President Biden, or whatever your name is this year, we need ours back." We're having an emergency here.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I definitely understand that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is, what happened with that polar vortex that went into Texas was just an example of this, how the weather's changing, despite what people think. People
Did you
like
do
to
that?
talk
Did
about
you do
climate
that, Michelle?
change.
You're the snow queen. Did you do that? I'm kidding you.
Yeah.
You can't blame Michelle.
Was that an overkill, Michelle?
You know what? It's funny because I had something to do with that, but it wasn't like really directly. Like I really was actively trying to freeze Texas out.
You didn't mean to. Okay, well, I'll forgive you then.
But anyway, the point I'm trying to say is the climate is changing. Okay, everybody remember a couple of years ago was saying, "Oh my God, the Earth is going to be heating up," and all of a sudden we're going to have no land because all the seacoasts are going to be flooded, and that's not what's going to happen, guys. I'm sorry.
Swimming in Glasgow.
It's it's going to be the climate's changing because the sun itself which is our major heater, is changing itself. I really like having Lolly on here. She's fun.
Yeah, Lolly's awesome.
Yeah, I just have a hard time typing because I have carpal tunnel and it's very hard for me to type.
See, Lolly, let me give you an offer. Why don't you join us up on Discord? Send me a DM, and then we can give you a link to Lumi's Spiritual Corner, which right now is being used as a Discord just for the mods.
Yeah, I would appreciate that, but the problem is I can't use Discord on my high security computers because they're military grade and they won't let me run Discord on them. So I'd have to use a whole separate computer to run Discord.
It's also available on the phones too.
Yeah. Let me look into it, but meanwhile, I'll just either have to let me think about it, see what I can figure out. But I can't run Discord on my main computers. Is my problem.
Yeah.
I threw a link in the chat for you, Lolly, in the Google Meet one there.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
So how's Monica? How's Blazing Leo doing, Paul?
Doing good. Doing good. Same old, you know? Yeah, I'm probably going to jump off here myself, Michelle. I just want to come up and say hi to Lolly, but, I don't want to derail your show. Again, Charlotte's got her own agenda as usual, and, I don't know.
So what happened to Miss Schmickelcat there?
I don't know what she's up to. I talk to her every now and then. She's doing her own thing, Michelle.
Okay.
I'm not with Miss Schmeckel, Michelle. I haven't been with her in about a year. But we've been separate for about a year now.
Right. Well, she seemed to like my show a lot. I'm surprised she hasn't visited since.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where's Blazing Leo? I didn't see her.
Oh, she's good. Yeah, she doesn't necessarily want to come around, here anymore. It's not necessarily for her anymore.
Well, are you married to her? Or
Blazing Leo? No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
We just met in March, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
But I missed something.
Right now, the thing is I sent Blazing Leo an invite to join us in Lumi's Spiritual Corner on Discord, on her Discord. So
I don't think she's really interested, Michelle, to be honest with you. So, I don't really.
But thank you for the invitation, Michelle. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was nice watching you on John's stream for a while there.
You should come up another time. We're going to be starting to do more in the evening, more.
Nice. Yeah, no, I've enjoyed watching you guys. You guys are awesome together.
Thank you. We have a good chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we had a good chemistry?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, well, thank you. I laugh at all his jokes. He seems to like that. Well, he's funny. I think he's terribly funny.
Yeah. No, I like seeing you guys together. You're like cute
don't
couple.
forget, guys. I'll be leaving in about 20 minutes because Ed wants to go to the soup kitchen himself. He wants to get some food and try to catch up with somebody over there. So we got about 20 minutes.
Right on, Michelle. What are you doing with your afternoon? What are you gonna do with your day today, Michelle?
So what am I doing today? After I get done with the show, I'm gonna get our lunches. We're gonna go wash my hair.
So you're gonna eat lunch and wash your hair.
I'm gonna wash my hair.
Sounds like a good afternoon. Sounds like a good afternoon.
Maybe take a nice bath in the process, and see if I can keep my ears on.
Yeah, keep those ears glued down.
Why don't you take them off, Michelle? I mean, your regular ears got to be getting pretty dirty wearing those things all the time. Maybe you should take them off and give your real ears a good cleaning.
Well, my real ears get a real good cleaning anyway because they always come off because just by nature the glue is.
I think you're just supposed to wear them for like an hour or two. I don't know if you're really supposed to wear them for weeks on end. I mean, but
each pair of ears lasts me about 2 weeks. So you figure. You're going to be replacing them every 2 weeks, which isn't bad. I mean, because I talked to Dimitri Pruden, the manufacturer, makes these ears, and he's surprised that they've even lasted these long. He says 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. He said you wear them for 2 to 3 weeks at a time. Wow. He says, sure, I can make them a little thicker for you.
He was impressed that you wore them for 2 or 3 weeks, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Shirley had to get off the panel. She was getting too wet.
Of course, he also appreciates the fact that I spent 17.
Too wet, Wally.
Don't say that. Don't
She
say
was
that.
getting too wet, Wally.
He also appreciates the
Oh
fact
my
that I
God.
spend about $17 for a pair of ears every month. I buy ears. So he's gonna be trying to make them a little bit extra thicker latex. As soon as their prototypes are ready, he was gonna let me know so I could try them out and see how they compare to the standard fare. See me. There's something I have no idea what the heck is this about. Okay, blazingly. Oh yeah. But anyway, the thing is so Ed says to me last night. He said, he says, "Do you ever realize how pretty you are?" I says, "I've had people tell me that I'm pretty." He said, "I look at you," he says, "and you're gorgeous." Like,
Aw.
You are, Michelle.
it's like, thank you.
How sweet.
You should have said the better to hear you with, my dear. The ears. Okay, yeah. That's another thing though. Is like I said, they do help with directional sound. They do help picking up sound from directionally. Because before I could never really tell where a voice is coming from. These are like radar ears. They'll pull up the sound. I can usually do pretty good directional sound pickups.
The bubbles. I love the bubbles. The only
Yeah.
favorite one other than that are the fish, the aquarium with the fish swim around. Schmeckle cat.
Yeah.
I like that one too.
What do you think of the? Hold on. What do you
The
think of
bubbles
these?
are,
What do you think of these bubbles, Lolly?
yeah, those are nice. Yeah. Oh, those? No, wait a minute now. Those don't look like the right kind of bubble
Right.
bubbles. Yeah,
Those
that's
look like
a little
some-
risque.
Floppy bubbles, don't they?
Yeah, those
Saggy, fucking deflated bubbles.
those are gonna be hard for me to unsee.
Yeah, no one's giving me a compliment on them yet. No one has given me a compliment.
The
on
bubbles I like, the balls not so much. Thank you. Mom.
Yeah. You said
Maybe
you like
Charlotte
the-
might like those.
Hold on, Lolly. I got you. You said you like the aquarium. Hold on.
Let me see the fish.
All right. Hold on.
By the way, guys, don't forget to do a like and subscribe.
Okay, thank you.
Guys, do not forget to do a like and subscribe. It really does help with the analytics, even if it doesn't seem like it does much. But it really does. Like and subscribe, please. All right.
Thank you. That's much better, Schmeckle. Thank you.
Thank you.
I found your
As blazingly, I would remind you guys to do that. Like and subscribe. It doesn't hurt. It really doesn't.
Yeah, you guys unsubscribe and resubscribe to Michelle. Give her a new
we
subscription.
give credit for a new subscription.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, do check out the new Patreon page. Lolly, check out the new Patreon
Yeah, I'm going to
page.
do that today. I have that on my list for today. You're up to 3 from the top, so that will get done today.
Nice.
You're moving up the list.
Yeah, let me just post a link to the Patreon page. You guys, for those of you who don't know about it.
Lolly, what have you got up for the day? You going to be doing anything interesting aside from work or anything today? Or
For me,
Mhm.
I've got to finish out this stock till 4 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
I do a lot of trades down here. I've got some positions I need to close out right toward the end of the trading day because today's Friday,
Yeah, the weekend.
Yeah.
I did the stock market for a bit, but I've been getting more into cryptocurrency lately.
Well, I do crypto as well. I've been doing
Nice.
some Dogecoin, some Bitcoin. I do a little bit of that. Not as much as my blue chip stocks, but I do a little bit of that.
Okay.
I have
Yeah.
a friend of mine that's real big on that, and he's been tipping me off on which plays to make, and I've been tipping him off on the big blue chips.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
By the way, don't forget to check out the online store too, which I keep forgetting the stinking code for it. We have an online store. There you go. The link from Nightbot itself, so I can post it here. So here's Nightbot here. Thanks to Nightbot for reminding me where the online store is.
Did you add some new items to your store, Michelle?
Not yet, because we do plan to expand the store eventually. Right now, we only got those 3 items, but
We need a Rusty mug.
Yeah, I know, but I think I gotta pay $12 a month to get that. Or I can have more than one mug
Not
type.
bad. It's $12. It's not too bad.
$12 a month for the store rent.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
No.
Look at Netflix account.
It is when you have to, use that $12 to pay for things like medical bills and things like that.
Well, Michelle, you're not paying any of your medical bills off or anything.
Prescriptions, my medicines for my I buy my I get my refills every 3 months of all my prescriptions, all 4 of them. So yes, I do have to pay for my
I'll be
own
right
refills.
You got the money, Michelle. You make money from YouTube. It's like an investment,
What do you mean?
It takes money
Andrew,
to make
what
money.
do you mean by when you say I won't be back? What does that mean?
It takes money to make money,
Okay.
Sure, Lolly gets that.
Why would he not be back?
Who knows?
Is he mad at me?
I'm sure you're fine, Michelle.
Well,
Someone's always got an agenda, I don't know.
I've explained it in the other chat. Are you mad at me though, Paul? Or Andrew, are you mad, or is it something else?
Maybe he's got work.
Oh, okay.
Who knows?
Okay, so he's gonna go to work now. Okay, all right. That's the way he said that made it sound like he never wanted to return again.
No, I'm sure I'll be back, Michelle.
Okay, he's not
Good
mad
old
at me.
Andrew.
Okay, that's good.
I don't want Andrew will be back. He's got no reason to be mad at you.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So, guys, anyway, here's the deal: is I wanted to everybody know that we don't usually have this many people on the panel in the morning, but once in a while we'll sneak in a few surprise ones. Just be aware of that. Not always though, but once in a while we'll sneak them in. Don't forget Saturday night at 7:00 U.S. Eastern time, we will be having the normal night stream.
Yeah.
So there'll be Saturday night. We'll have some phone calls, not a lot of panels because we don't want to do it all those soundboards.
What time are you doing that at, Michelle? I was thinking about doing a live stream tomorrow too.
They're doing a live stream in the morning. Yeah, we have a morning one. We're gonna have a night one.
What time are you doing your night one?
Usual time, 7:00.
7:00. All right.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
I think Michelle's getting ready to take off to the soup kitchen.
What time is your live stream, Smackle? Did you say?
I don't really have set times. I just kind of go on. I'm not really. I'm not consistent like Michelle. Michelle has the right idea. She's consistent. She does at the same time. I'm just kind of a whenever.
Yeah. Well, I marked it for a notification, so maybe somebody will send me a notification. It might work. Maybe.
Sweet of you, Lolly. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, the morning show will be at 10 tomorrow, and the night show will be at 7:00 tomorrow night.
Okay, but 10 in the morning Eastern, right?
Yes.
What time zone are you in, Lolly? Now that you're back here.
Oh, Eastern.
Oh, nice. Okay, we're all on the same time then.
Yeah, we're back on time on the same time.
How do you like it? Do you miss Scandinavia?
Well, no, I enjoyed all my time there, but I really love my beach paradise in the Virgin Islands. And
I bet.
I'm actually really we're going to get the condo in Manhattan back serviced and sanitized and everything. I'm going to try to spend some time there this summer and spring. But I'm going to see how much time I really want to spend there because I really love it so much in the Virgin Islands.
That sounds like
and I'm thinking like I might really want to consider selling it because it's really generated a bunch of more price. What do you call it's where it's like doubled in value since I bought it like 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh yeah.
And I might consider selling it, and I don't know. I really might want to keep it where we could go at Christmas because I really love Christmas in the city.
Yeah, Manhattan's beautiful.
Yeah, because we usually go before Thanksgiving and spend Thanksgiving and then Christmas and then even New Year's and then come back
Well,
to
yeah,
the other place.
I was gonna say maybe Times Square will be open this year for New Year's.
Yeah,
That would be
maybe.
nice. Yeah.
Not that I would go down in Times Square, but it's fun to be in the city during the holidays. I really love it. And see, that way we don't have to go anywhere. We have our place. It's around, I won't say where, but it's in Manhattan, down in the thick of things. And you can see everything and everywhere. And it's just the spirit of the city. And I really love it. And so I'm going to think about it this year, but very possible I might just sell that.
Yeah, that's tough. I would definitely keep the Virgin Islands, though. That sounds
I'm
like
going to keep that.
yeah.
I have a 3-floor beach mansion on one of the more private islands down there.
Oh, wow.
And we've got a big compound built that's built up and built really sturdily that will withstand 160 to 175 mile per hour winds of a hurricane.
Oh, wow.
Because we're right in the path where the hurricanes come up through that alleyway to go over toward the Gulf of Mexico. But we only left last year. We only left one time.
Mm-hmm.
Any of the other storms and stuff we were well packed and well equipped. And so we keep a staff down there. We keep security staff down there as well. So we have everything. We got like 2 years worth of food and supplies there in case there was some event where we were stuck there for a while, some major event, world event or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I really feel secure. And where would you want to be if there was some big major world event? In a high skyscraper in Manhattan or on an island where you've got all this stuff, you got full staff, and security and everything?
Going for the island, yeah. You
Only
never
thing
need
is right now, Lolly was almost out of time. I just want to try to get some things in real quick here. First of all, I've already been keeping an eye up as much as I can because I keep getting sidetracked around here about the stimulus talk. Right now, it looks like they're going to try to do a reconciliation instead of going with the Republicans in a bipartisan deal because the Democrats are getting fed up with the Republicans.
Yeah, that's what I heard too, the reconciliation.
So, yeah, they still want to give us a stimulus check, but the question is it going to be a monthly stimulus or is it going to be a one-time stimulus? It still seems to be the question that everybody keeps wondering about. I don't know.
I haven't even got any stimulus checks, Michelle.
You didn't get any?
No. Have you gotten any, Lolly?
Well, I don't qualify.
Yeah.
You're probably the same. You're a millionaire too.
Yeah. And maybe we make too much money or something.
Yeah, something like that. But I want to get it for everybody else. That you guys are getting it.
It's just going to cause more problems down the line, but I don't think we'll be here when those problems come. So
we'll be gone.
Yeah. Well, Michelle, Lolly, and Chat, I wish you guys a great rest of the day. Michelle, be safe on your journeys to the soup kitchen.
Yeah.
And we'll be looking for you.
By the way, the inflation rate went up 5% according to Consumer Price Index -E.
Oh, yeah.
So, inflation is up to 5%. The first time since 2008 it has been that high. So,
you have a good afternoon, a weekend, and you as well, Michelle, and Side Chat. You guys have a good weekend. Everybody, I hope stay safe, be safe.
Yes.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Peace and love, guys. Take care.
Okay.
See you guys later. Bye-bye.
All right. Talk to you later, guys. That panel's all for now. But Monica, are you still here or did you leave? I think she left. Oh, did she? Yeah. So, all right. So let's go get ready to do the wrap for the show here. Yeah, she left. And I don't usually going to be doing a morning panel every day with everybody, but I did today because I figured, why not? Just because it is Friday, I figured it couldn't be harm. So we'll keep an eye at, how we're doing. But the main thing is that we will have a morning show on Saturday. We will have our morning show on our night show on Saturday night. The night show will not have a lot of panel time for a lot of people, but we'll have some people. Mostly will be some phone calls. Try to see if we can keep things on good footing with YouTube. That is going to be a challenge, I can tell you. But for now, guys, I'm going to get ready to head to the soup kitchen, get some food, and so How many people are watching right now? 7. Okay. Don't forget, guys, to subscribe and check out the Patreon page. When are you going to do a show on your channel? Oh, God. I don't know. Maybe on Sunday. I mean, Sunday afternoon or something. Maybe. I don't know exactly what time yet. But we'll come up with something. Right. But that's something that'll be in the works. If you want to see my channel, it's not going to be like Michelle's. It's going to be a little different. First of all, I'm not monetized, and I'm not interested in being monetized, despite what everybody thinks. Michelle does the books, but frankly, I don't want to go through all this. Nagaha. No. But anyway, guys, we'll let you guys go. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning, and then at 7 o'clock at night. All right. So see you guys later. By the way, the good news is, at least for this week coming up, the temperatures, at least in New England, will be mild. Not super hot days, but they're gonna be mild. So it's gonna be reasonably easy to handle. Go out there, have a good fun time with your friends until the new coronavirus comes in and puts everybody back into boxes again, which I'm really not looking forward to. But guys, either way, I want you to have a good night. Okay, and I'll see you soon. Oh yes, I'm sorry that the last night's live stream was kind of a bit of a mess. And one reason I did a World of Warcraft live stream last night was because the temperatures were comfortable enough that I could get in there into the game, and that's why I had the live stream. We also need to get more viewership up. We got to get more content up to make it for all the videos Michelle was not able to do during the when she had the boot on the wheel. She couldn't do anything. Now she has to make up for all those losses. Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. For now, see you guys later. Me and Michelle gotta get going. Okay. Bye bye. Bye, everybody.